So week 2 of the Reedsy writing course was actually quite beneficial. Hello, I'm Mike with WriterSanctuary, and this is my continuing series on the Reedsy Master Class that is available, and a link in the description down below. This week is all dubbed Secret Sauce Week. Now this was mostly to discuss ways on how to make your scenes stand out, ways to make your scenes come alive. This included movement, change, space, peril, voice, and interviews from other authors about how they developed their opening pages, which was pretty cool to see how everybody got their ideas and how they began their book. Now, I already had a decent grasp of these elements. At least I think so. However, Tom Bromley highlighted a few things that I'd never considered before. Now, I've talked quite a bit about character and story arcs, and without change, the plot is just a bit north of bland. But the idea of including more elements of simple movement was something I never really considered before. Well, outside of the obvious thing of spending 3 days on researching on whether a horse can travel a certain distance or not. But something as simple as walking can actually accentuate a book. As for change, space, and peril, I think I've already had a fairly decent handle of those things, but perhaps I can up the ante a little bit in future books, mostly to keep it more pressing and to engage the reader even further. Then again, I don't want to try to cram something into it that's already present. When you start trying to smash too much of something into it, it's going to break. This is true whether you're writing a book or a blog post. Sometimes less is more. That's one of the benefits of having beta readers, because if they're able to understand what you're trying to convey, then you're on the right path. Something else that was kind of cool for week 2 was that I was able to actually join the review submissions from other writers. This is where you're teamed up with somebody else, and you critique each other's work based on a 500 to 1,000 word snippet. Now, it's interesting to me to see where what elements stand out to readers as opposed to what I think is important in the story. For example, something I thought as a mundane detail, my writing partner highlighted as a great addition. This is yet another instance that proves my point of not knowing what others will like about your writing. Never assume that you know what somebody else is going to enjoy, because everybody's unique. In any case, I thought that the whole thing with trading the manuscripts with somebody else was kind of insightful. It was fun, and it's really neat to see how your work compares to what other people are expecting. But all in all, I figure it was a pretty good week, and I'm pretty excited to get started on week 3, which is all character development. So, how's the new book coming along? Well, I'm about 6,000 words into the story, and I actually finished up setting up the creature as an antagonist. Now, to do so, I created a whole characters folder, which I believe I did a video for last week, or this week, I can't remember. But anyway, so I set up the antagonist. I haven't really quite given him a name yet. So, I set up all of his attributes of the things that are pertinent to the story, such as his description, his abilities, weaknesses, his driving force, and his origination story, I guess. But I think I'm going to add and tweak a little bit more of that to give him more of a personality. It's kind of fun because I spent some time researching and developing a creature that's going to be worthy of my hero. And I can say this, he's going to have a really bad time. But anyway, just for the hell of it, I let Adobe's AI generate an image of a Wraith at Sea for me, just so I can add it to the antagonist. I'm not going to use it as part of the book, but I thought it was kind of fun. I just kind of wanted to see what Adobe was capable of doing. And then I added it to the picture of the antagonist inside the book, so I had a visual representation. Really doesn't mean much. I already know what the guy looks like. And so it was more of just to test the waters on how things worked. But yeah, so I created one in AI just for the fun of it. I'm not going to use it for anything professional, but it is kind of handy. And I'm kind of impressed with how well Adobe was able to, its AI was able to generate some images. The AI for Adobe doesn't really do a lot when it comes to like things like putting a sword in someone's hand. It seems like when it comes to weaponry, Adobe kind of shies away from that. So it's kind of limited, especially if you're a fantasy writer, but it works. And like I said, I'm not going to be using it for the cover or anything. I just kind of thought it was kind of neat to have an image of my antagonist up there. I'm half tempted to get another one for my protagonist, just for the hell of it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of eager for the next week. In week 3 of the Reedsy writing course, you're focusing on character development, and I've already got a couple of characters in the book already, and so I need to know where do I need to tweak things, what kind of stuff I can give them to make them more appealing to the reader. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Things are going so well. I really enjoy the course. I think Tom Bromley does a great job. I know it's kind of hard on him at first because he never blinked, but I do like his sense of humor, so it makes up for it, and I'm kind of excited to see what else comes out of it. So hopefully you'll hang around with the journey, and let's see what we can turn this book into. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. For more videos about self-publishing, blogging, freelance writing, or anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go work some more on my book, and I'll see you next time.